Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle or mishcrafts, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a step-by-step type of tutorial on how to make these keychains or like plastic keychains. They're really fun to do, and if you aren't familiar with what BT21 is, it is basically a collaboration between line characters and BTS, the K-pop group. And if you guys don't know what BTS is, where have you been? Because they're like literally out there, the #1 K-pop group that we all should know by now, you know. I'm not an ARMY fan, if you guys know what that is, but I still stan their music, so yeah. Okay, now we're gonna get started. Okay, to begin, I went ahead and printed out images of each character, and I'm pretty sure there are 7 characters total. Sorry if I butcher any of these names. I still don't know how to pronounce them correctly, so please bear with me. And you're probably telling me that I'm killing trees because I should have just put 2 images on 1 page. Yeah, I didn't think that through, but we're just gonna ignore the fact that I did kill some trees. So next, since we're dealing with some shrink plastic, I just wanted to get my pan ready for baking in the end. So I lined my little easy bake oven pan. I know, I still have it. It's been like, I don't know, 5 years since I've had my easy bake oven. I don't know where my easy bake oven is, but I still have the pan, so I'm gonna use it to bake my stuff. It would have been better if I had a bigger pan to, like, you know, bake 3 at once, but you know, this is really cute and I just want to include it in a video, so here we go. The main material that we need to use for these keychain is some shrink plastic, and I got mine from a Daiso store and they were $1.50 for 3 sheets. But if you guys cannot afford to like buy shrink plastic, I know they sell some at Walmart, but they tend to be very pricey. So if you don't have any that you can afford, then look for number 6 plastic on your, like, I don't know, food containers, because they work and I've tried it before. Next, I placed my preferred image under my sheet of plastic, and using a black Sharpie, I marked these sides so that I'll know where to cut and how big the image is going to be. And I made sure to leave at least 1 centimeter of space between the image so that in the end I can cut out the image perfectly. So I went ahead and repeated this step for all the other 6 characters, and at this point the lighting started to get really dark and it started to rain. And I was like, really? I literally just started filming. Because I rely on natural lighting, this always happens to me, so I got really fed up and I bought a $25 lamp because I can't afford for studio lights. And tell me why this kind of reminds me of this. Anyways, moving on. After cutting out all of those sheets of plastic, I used a nail file, and no, these were not used for my nails. I got new nail files just for this project, and basically you can use sandpaper, but I only have nail files on hand, and I basically just sanded the top surface of the plastic so that it'll be easier for me to use color pencils or pencils to draw and color out the image on a rough surface rather than a smooth plastic surface, if you get what I mean. Make sure to wear a mask of some sort so that you don't inhale all of these like plastic dust particles, and make sure to wash your hand and that piece of plastic because it can get really messy. Once all of the dirty work is done, I placed the image once again under the piece of plastic and taped it down to secure it from sliding anywhere, and using a pencil I lightly sketched out the outline of the image. Let me know what you guys think about this new lighting because I'm kind of digging it. It's not that bad. Like, I'm usually picky with my lighting, but this is actually not bad coming from a lamp. Each step in this video is going to be very repetitive because I'm gonna have to repeat all of these for all the other characters, so please bear with me, but I decided to do all of them, so we're trying to be fair here and not leave anyone out. Next, with some color pencils, I'm using my Prismacolors because they're literally the best color pencils in the world, and I just use them to color these sketches in. Keep in mind that the darker you color them, the darker it's going to be after you bake the plastics, so just letting you guys know because I kind of messed up for this one, but it's not that bad, so I kept it anyways. Okay, so after that, using a black or brown Sharpie, I went over my pencil sketches to make the lines a bit more, I don't know, prominent or darker, I guess. After all the outlining is done, in order to make these into wearable charms or keychains, I'm using a hole puncher to make a hole on top of each images, and after that I went ahead with my scissors and cut around the images, leaving a little space because I liked the look of it that way, so yeah. Okay, now that all the hard work is out of the way, it is time to bake the plastics, and this is the most, I don't know, fun part to me because I love watching them shrink up and curl up in the oven. And make sure to bake according to your package instructions. I baked mine for a minute at 265 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, and yeah, you'll know when they're done when they flatten out completely and the oven lights are turned off. Since I'm Asian, I use my handy dandy chopsticks to fish out
the hot pan. Do not grab it with your hands.
I'm telling you, it is very hot. And I used a glass cup to flatten it some more in case it didn't flatten in the oven. Make sure to flatten it right away because the charm can literally set or cool down very fast, so you want to do this when it's very hot. And that was a representation of me being very dumb, so don't copy me. Anyways, next, to make them look even more professional, I'm going to be doming them with some resin, and that's just to make them look more official. So here are just a few things you're going to be needing in order to dome these pieces of plastic. So I'm using a paintbrush, some double-sided tape, some glossy Mod Podge or whatever Mod Podge you have, glitter if you want to make your charms a little bit glittery, you know, that fancy look, and of course some UV resin. I got my little UV resin tube from Daiso, and the best advice I can give you when dealing with UV resin is to not get it in contact with your skin because you can probably get a reaction. So just be cautious and do not inhale it either because it does not smell good. I don't know much about UV resin, but please listen to me and do not go crazy, or go stupid. Next, on a plastic board or whatever hard surface you can find, I placed some double-sided tape in order to secure the charms onto the tape to keep it from falling or sliding everywhere, because we're going to be first sealing them with some Mod Podge, and make sure to go over them very lightly because you can possibly smear the colors and you don't want that to happen. My biggest mistake when dealing with UV resin is to sit next to a window where it is sunny, because UV resin, the sun, yeah, the resin on top of each charm started to set really quick, and I didn't notice that because I was too focused on good lighting, you know. After that, I moved to a different location away from the window and proceeded with this resin process. So I squeezed a good amount of resin on each charm and sprinkled on top some glitter. With the help of a toothpick, I used that to spread around the resin and cover any nooks or crannies on the charm. After that, I took the whole board outside where it is sunny in the afternoon, and the best place for me is on top of my sister's car, so I just left it on there for at least 20 minutes for it to do its thing, to, fully dry and set. And with the power of editing, it is fully dried, so I took it back in to, finish the whole keychain. Y'all can't tell me that this doesn't look like something you guys would buy at the store. You know those like acrylic keychains? Well, in this video, we're going with that homemade, so now you know how to make them. The last step in this video is to turn them into keychains and attach them together, and you can do this however you would like to, but this is just how I do it, so I guess you guys can keep on watching. So you've reached the end of this long video. I did not realize until I saw the timestamp, but anyways, this was requested by some of you guys because I posted a picture of some of my charms on my Instagram. Shameless plug at 𝐀𝐔𝐃𝐈𝐎 if you have not followed me yet. But anyways, here are some other ones that I made, and they're just really fun and easy and also very addicting to make because I've made over 20 of them already. Anyways, if you guys make one yourself, don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you followed this tutorial. But yeah, that is basically it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.